Hello, my Digestive co-creators. Lilu here on the Juicy Living Tour. You might recognize my guest because we met 2 years ago, Ming. I am so excited to be sitting next to you and that we bump into each other here. We're at the Ions Conference in the middle of the desert. It's absolutely beautiful with luscious water. I don't know where this water is coming from.
How that manifests, amazing, you know. I feels like we go slow time tunnel, you know, from 2 years ago, and boom, here we go.
Yes.
It's such delight, such a delight.
Yeah, it's like we're just catching where we left. I love it. You're a Qigong master, so obviously we're going to speak of Qi. But I think really what's interesting here and what I would like to talk more with you about, because there's always this other video that we can go to and wonderful teaching on health and on how to practice Qigong and all of these beautiful things. But here, the nutritious aspect, the nutrition, you know, your point of view on that and how we can really eat Qi food, I guess. I mean, first we have to talk of Qi. Remind us what is Qi before we go into the nutritious part of it.
Beautiful. So first of all, you know, I love this topic because, you know, people asking me what is Qigong, you know, you can go to the very, you know, high level of mystical, spiritual dimension of consciousness, or we can go to the most practical level of health. So eating food is really a wonderful place to open this conversation. So my analogy of Qigong is a way of eating Qi. Yeah, whole Qigong practice is about eating energy, eating energy, you know.
I love it.
So like when we eating food, we're born with this capacity, natural. You know, I'm observing our little kids. They just know grabbing the food, they will put it to the mouth, into the nose. They know where to go. It's amazing, you know. So this capacity is programmed in our DNA, so to speak, to eat the food certain way. It goes through the digestive tract, you know, and observing the food, breaking down the ingredients to a subtle energy, and then eventually the blood observe that energy, sending to the entire system, nourishing the entire system. So eating food is really a nourishment, nourishing life, the physical life as well as the spirit itself, including the heart. So when you're understanding Qi, which is nothing but energy, understanding the entire being is energy, then when you're eating food, you're eating energy. So how to eat energy in the most, you know, healthy way, let's say. Yeah. But more importantly is the most fulfilling way, most nourishing way. Means healthy, yeah?
So I'm just going to pause a second because how do you know we're all energy?
Very good question, yeah. So here we go. And
I'm loving it. Oh, this is true.
Come to me is, you know, when I touch you here. Yeah. What are you feeling in your brain?
Light, space.
Light and space. What is the sensation?
A bit buzzing or tingling.
Buzzing, tickling, magnetic, electro kind of feeling, yes?
Yes. Mainly light, yeah.
Yeah, light. Beautiful. So how that you can say the sensation is as sensation of the skin, you cannot explain it. Yeah, the physical paradigm cannot explain what you just felt, tangibly felt. Your nerve system felt, your brain felt, your mind felt, your heart felt this energy. And that energy continuously permeating your entire body, continuous permeating. So another experiment I'm going to do is you just look at my hand there. You don't have to do anything. Continuously feeling your brain. So any sensation, any feeling you're picking up.
Well, it's kind of moving right, left.
A sense even movement happening. See, I'm not touching you physically. The space between my hand, your brain, your head.
It could be my imagination.
Can be. Yet, you're feeling it.
Yes.
Your imagination is part of consciousness. My consciousness is part of this big consciousness. And this consciousness is part of the qi at work. That's the amazing dimension. So it's not separate. It's part of it. But it's also physical, tangible. It's happening. You can measure it physically. And that's what's most important. And as I mentioned, it's a creative process. So scientifically, one model to explain the physical change happening is the energy interference for the physical to happen. If you measure the physical change, you're measuring it, slow your sensation, slow your feeling, slow your consciousness. So there's energy stimulating that change. And your consciousness is part of that energy. My consciousness is part of that energy. My hand is part of this energy. It's part of this universal energy surrounding us. So I'm projecting that energy, make the change happen. You're feeling that. Your mind is part of process. Yeah. If you feel more open, then stronger. If you resist, then less. Yeah, and we're human being has free will. So that's how I know experientially we're energy. But if you want to go into more scientific intellectual realm, is scientifically we know, we discover the whole universe. The 96% of the universe made up dark energy and dark matter. And
Not as bad. Not as bad.
That's right. As we say, dark is not bad. Means not known to our five sensory, to our perception, based on the historical training, so to speak, even technologies. But only 4% is visible, tangible, physical. So scientifically we know. So Qigong is not only bridging between the spiritual and scientific, but it is about experientially how can you train in your mind to work with that energy. So coming back to the implication for food is very important. So first of all, in Qigong, as I using the analogy how to eat the food, as a baby we know how to do that. But as human being, we don't know how to eat energy yet.
We just shove it in our mouth.
That's right. You can try it. You still feel something, the air goes in. Of course.
And we blow up, we become big. Our society is big.
Right. But of course, you're breathing, Breathing, you're eating energy. Mm-hmm. The energy come in, the energy goes out, going through this transformation, that recycling process is the one foundation of life. But more to it, when you exposed to the sun, you feel good, you feel energized. Yeah. Even in this hot weather, you don't want to go there, but you feel energized if you're willing to go there, The sun is so much energy, You're not physically touching the sun. You're not eating it. You cannot put the sun in your mouth, But you can expose to the energy by gathering the energy internally, so you can really eating the energy. So you cannot really eat in through the mouth. You have to train yourself in a different way. Your eyes eating qi, your ears eating qi, and your breathing is eating qi. Your skin is eating qi. Yeah, your energy gates is eating the qi. The energy center, energy channel is eating the qi. So it's a new training. Mm-hmm. So you're finding a new switch in the body. Turn this switch on so the energy not only activate internally but connected externally, and you're creating a flow in and out. The exchange of energy nourishing you, continuously nourishing you. So what you're doing is you learn eating the energy beyond what is available for you. What that means is beyond what you're familiar with.
Beyond what you see?
Yeah, exactly. Beyond what you see. So you tap into much big spectrum of energy, greater resource of energy, and you're expanding the capacity of your creativity in that process. So coming to the food.
Yeah, some food maybe are not as energetic as others.
Still is energetic. It's amazing. So when we think of and working with energy, one of the perceptions thinking, oh, you're only working with something invisible, formless, high frequency, profound, auras, This is, I think it's limited perception. Is energy exists in the physical form as well. As Einstein knows in the relative E equal to mc squared, what that means. In the matter, there's a profound, powerful energy. Yeah. In the quantum level, that energy exposed is so powerful.
In all matter.
In all matter, exactly. That's why we're eating food. That's why the physical body needing that physical food to sustain. But it's energy sustaining that. The energy the food carry is sustaining that. So that is the secret. That's why, I often say in terms of food, not only what you eat is important, but how you eat is important. When you're working with energy, your choice relating to the energy in different frequency is alternating the function of the energy in your body. So a simple example, everybody can relate into it. If you're liking the food, somehow this food become more nourishing for you. If you dislike it, oh, I hate this food, I really don't like it, it doesn't taste good for you. No matter how nutritious, if you measure the nutrition, all spectrum, matched scientifically, medically speaking, it's good for you, still the nourishment is not there. That's a good example.
It's such a good example in life too. I mean, you can expand that thought to how we live our life.
Exactly. So go further is, is really I want to offer this simple way, eating the energy with the food, but you can do it anytime. It's like eating the food, no matter what you're eating this moment, what's in front of you, meatball, or organic, vegetables, whatever it might be.
Or fast food?
Even fast food. And I will really invite you to experiment all kind of food. But you're eating in a way, keep your eyes closed and slowly putting one bite at a time in your mouth and chewing it until nothing to chew on. Before you're taking another bite, feel the qi in your mouth. Feel the qi permeating your entire digestive system, permeating entire being, and giving you incredible bliss. And that is the true quality of nourishment means. You can feel the cellular level bliss. That's the energy. Yeah. That's the qi.
Taking that further then, breatharians, what is your view on that?
Absolutely possible that people do that, and there's so much energy to observe from the sun, from the space. Yeah, if you practice long enough, you're able to do that. I know few people, they don't eat food for like more than 10 years. In my personal experience, limited, and I do fasting for a period of time, 1 month, not using the food. You're perfectly fine. You're
water?
Fine. And I think I use a little water, just tiny bit of water, yeah. And eventually, some point when not so busy, then you can expand further. Without water, without any substance.
But you have to be ready or conditioned. Some people maybe in our society are not so ready to take that on, and they maybe take that on for the wrong reason.
And this depends on what is your intention. You want to prove yourself, I say, never mind, But if you want to really expanding your potential, enjoy a different way of life, then it's incredible paths available for you. So the same way in Qigong, if you begin with eating the food differently, you're starting to feel this new possibility. A new energy arising, communicating through your mind with the food, then the energy affecting your body. So that is one level I want to share. But another level is also important is, when you're eating the food and observing the energy is the process of digesting the food. No matter, what do you eat? If your digestive system cannot take on that food, digesting, then you cannot really receive the true nourishment, fulfill the true purpose of the food.
Yeah. That feels it's the body to do that, but we have to play a role. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. So that is another level of training. You're training your body, your digestive system in this case, awakening to the full capacity. So think about it. So okay, if people experiencing the limitation of digestive food was told medically, for whatever reason, you can only eat this food, cannot eat this one, cannot eat over the time, your diet, become less option available for you. Then what are you telling your digestive system? Say you're not good enough to get this energy anymore. Then over the time, what happened? Like as a child, if you're not training the child to explore, to creative, doing things, telling the child you're not good enough, the child eventually disable itself. The same thing happened, no different in the body, the digestive system. Say, I'm going to getting worse and worse because you tell me so. And then over the time, you're convinced you cannot eat this kind of food. Then you continuously limiting your diet. Yeah. So I'm not against being conscious of what you should eat. Be mindful. That's really important. But not to the degree of extreme. Not focusing on the digestive system, that can be a mistake. So what I'm suggesting is inviting you go into the body itself, the digestive system itself, to smile to the digestive system, to connecting with the energy of digestive system, to making the sound, doing the movement, awakening that digestive system. Say this energy becomes so, vital, so intelligent, so open, so ready. Then you can observe the internal energy of digestive system receiving the external energy of the food. These two energy has to interact. But if the internal energy is contracted, there's no energy can go in, basically. There's no commune happening. There's no digestion can happen. So you have to opening the energy internally first, then receiving this energy, then this energy uniting together as a transformation, as part of you, as ongoing nourishment of life. So deeply awakening that capacity.
I guess on the breatharian side, though, it doesn't go through that, or is it still part of the process? It still has to go everywhere?
My perception is you go using the entire body as a digestive system. So not just the mouth going slow, the digestive tract go to the stomach, pancreas and the intestine column and so on. That is more for food. But if you're observing the energy itself beyond the food, then you're using the entire body, digesting it. So that's a really important aspect in all practice, including Qigong, including eating food, how to connect with the entire body to observe the energy, not in isolated way. The digestive system doing its own thing, then the immune system doing its own thing separately, then all that. If you do that, then eventually you're isolating them, you're depleting the wholeness, you're depleting the whole function. So in healing, one level is very simple. You go to the place where you're experiencing weakness, dysfunction, contraction, lack of energy, lack of intelligence. And you bring more energy, more love to this place, awakening the internal energy, allow the energy connecting with the entire bodily energy, allow the entire bodily energy connecting with earth, connecting with the heaven, and establishing this new energy flow, like a new energy magnetic field, and continuously be magnetized. And so internally going through every system, basically. So in that is also important. Even, when you at the time being, you may need using drug or medicine for, to help you to manage a certain disease. What if you program the body to think of the medicine as nourishment, as energy, same way as food?
Instead of something is wrong here.
Exactly. So what you do is very practical. And you visualize in the light going to the medicine. And you visualize in the medicine dissolving to the light. And you visualize in this light gathering into your body when you're taking the medicine, permeating to your entire body, particularly go to the system where the medicine needed. Then you visualizing, imagining the full function of the medicine as pure healing, pure perfection, realizing the final, balance, harmony, all function coming to normal from the medical knowledge, if you're visualizing it. And you continue that process, what is happening is you programming the entire body able to receive this energy of the medicine in the most effective way, harmony way possible, reducing the side effect, realizing the full potential of healing. So it's not a paradigm against the medicine, a paradigm against the physical. It's really an integration, an expansion, an engagement, appreciation of life in this whole possibility.
And bringing joy everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
So joyful.
Starting with you first.
Don't you want to squeeze his cheeks? He's one of these people like Barbara Max Hubbard. You just want to squeeze his
I
cheeks.
think everybody is happy when you're working with energy. You couldn't help it. Yeah, your heart just opens up, yeah.
Thank you for this delicious, nutritious conversation.
I'm so delighted and so happy to come, together again. So my message, my invitation, inspiration for all of you is not only enjoy your life, but enjoy your life in a way, receiving all the nourishment and life presents for you. Yeah.
And if you want to hear more about Mingtong, you can go to California because there's a big center, the Chi Center.
Absolutely. Part of the Noetic Science camps, that's where the conference is about today. And also we do offer online class ongoing. So we can really connect, slow the internet, live stream, so we can practice together.
Thanks to technology, and this way you can enjoy your kids.
Absolutely. That's the idea.
So magnificent. I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lou, for who you are, for the work you do. And thank you for all the listeners to open to this new idea, new possibility. Thank you.
Very, very beautiful conversation. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spreading this joy and this nutrition conversation. I love you. Let's eat chi.
Holla. Dimension of consciousness, or we can go to the most practical level of health. So eating food is really a wonderful place to open this conversation. So my analogy of Qigong is a way of eating Qi. Yeah, whole Qigong practice is about eating energy, eating energy,
I love it.
So like when we eating food, we're born with
The nutritious aspect, the nutrition, your point of view on that and how we can really eat Qi food, I guess. I mean, first we have to talk of Qi. Remind us what is Qi before we go into the nutritious part of it.
Beautiful. So first of all, I love this topic because, I say, people ask me what is Qigong, you can go to the very, high level of mystical, spiritual.
Hello, my delicious co-creators. Lilu here on the Juicy Living Tour. You might recognize my guest because we met 2 years ago, Ming. I am so excited to be sitting next to you and that we bump into each other here. We're at the Ions Conference in the middle of the desert. It's absolutely beautiful with luscious water. I don't know where this water is coming from.
How that manifests, amazing, I feels like we go slow time tunnel, from 2 years ago, and boom, here we go.
Yes.
It's such delight. It's such a delight.
Yeah, it's like we're just catching where we left. I love it. You're a Qigong master, so obviously we're going to speak of Qi. But I think really what's interesting here, and what I would like to talk more with you about, because there's always this other video that we can go to, and wonderful teaching on health and on how to practice Qigong and all of these beautiful things. But here,